Calling me like
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be using the infamous James Charles palette with Morphe for this look. I am not going to keep rambling, but since you are already here, please do subscribe as well as follow me on Instagram. The link is always down below in the description box. Also, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. If we get to 1,000 by the end of the year, I promise you I will do a big giveaway. Also, if you aren't following me on Instagram, I recently just did a giveaway on that with like over $500 worth of makeup. So do follow me there. So let me stop rambling now and let's just jump right into the video. Okay, I need to put a little bit of lip balm on. This is the Tatcha LipSpun Gold little lip balm. I'm just gonna put this on because my lips are so dry because of the weather here in New York. I already have a little bit of moisturizer on my face, but I'm just gonna put a little bit more on. This is the Physician Formula Rose All Day Serum. I love this stuff. It literally comes out white, and when you put it on your face, it comes off as like a little pinkish serum. For primer, I'm using something different. This is the Touch and Soul NoPoreblem primer. Everyone was raving about this at one point. All right, I'm taking about like 2 pumps of this and just rubbing it on my face. So Touch and Soul also sent me over the Feel Like HoneyMoon Skin Base. I've never tried this before, so I feel like, you know, why the hell not? Let's try it in the video. So, oh my god, this is like not very appealing to put on your skin, I'll say that. Ew. I will say the application of that is definitely a little gross, but it definitely does make your skin nice and tacky and sticky for your foundation. So it's going to apply and stay on a lot better. For foundation, I'm going into 2 and I'm switching it up. I know you guys are tired of me using the same things all the time. So I'm going to first go into my Dior Air Flash. This is their spray-on foundation. It comes in like an aerosol can. This is in the shade 501, and I'm also going to be mixing in a little bit of my Makeup Revolution. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade F13. This is a little too dark for me. I'm adding it to just kind of give me a little bit more golden undertones. Oh, I love the finish of these 2 foundations mixed together. The Jouer isn't as full coverage, but it's nice and lightweight, and the Makeup Revolution is nice and tan and golden, and it's definitely full coverage. For concealer, I'm going into one of my all-time favorites. This is the Jouer Hot Essential in the shade Dulce de Leche. To set all of my concealer, I'm going into the Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. I am in the shade Banana Bread. I haven't dipped into this in a while, so I figured I'd bust it out in this video. Wow, that literally made my skin look so smooth and matte. Damn. I need to use this powder a little bit more. I think I stopped using it because I was so obsessed with the MilkMakeup blurring powder, which is really good. If you are interested in buying it, buy it. But damn, I need to use this more. To set the rest of my face, I'm going into my Maybelline Better Skin powder. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know that I love this powder. The color that I use is the color Coconut. I just kind of tap this all over my face where I didn't put that powder. I am loving the way that my skin looks right now, let me just say that. But let's move on to bronzer and contour, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia powder bronzer. This is in the shade Saddle. To chisel out my cheekbones just a little bit, I'm going to go into a smaller brush here. This is the GH07 from Morphe, and pick up the same bronzer and just snuggle that into the hollows. I'm so happy that I trust my gut and I bought this powder because some people were saying that the undertones weren't good for like our skin tones, but honestly it is. I don't know why I even listen to other people. I should just trust my gut. For blush, I'm going into another Anastasia product. This is their Blush Trio. The color that I got is Pink Passion, and what I like to do is go into my Morphe M500 brush and just kind of pick up all 3 shades, mostly these 2 and then like a hint of this one because it's super pink. Dust this off and then just lightly go into my cheeks. I will say these blushes are super duper pigmented, so just be a little bit careful and use a less denser brush because it can go really wrong really quickly. Okay, for highlight, You Can't Kill Me, I'm going back into one of my all-time favorite ones, and this is the Ofra Cosmetics and Nikkie Tutorials collab in the color Glow Goals. Guys, I love this highlight so much that I cannot get away from it. Okay, face is done. I'm going to go in and set everything, and I'm going to be using this Coco Ensolie setting spray. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I got it in actually PR, so let's try this out. Smells really good. It smells definitely like perfume. Alright, Alright, I'm gonna go off camera and do one of my eyes and come back with you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, so wish me luck. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that took longer than I had expected, but this is what we are working with right now. And of course, I went into the James Charles palette with Morphe, and let me just say, these shadows are incredible. They do have a bit of kick up, but they are super pigmented, and the kick up I don't really mind. Okay, so the first color we're going to be going into is this blue right here, and I'm going to be taking this with a GH33 brush. And there is lots of pigment on the brush, as you can see. And I will just say, with the placement of these shadows, I'm keeping them quite low because by the time I blend them up and out, it is going to end up being pretty high, as you can see right here. And once I'm happy with that, I'm actually going to take that same brush and kind of clean it off a little bit here with a little towel and use that to just kind of lightly buff out these edges. So just a really quick note, this was the shade over here that we went into, and by the time I buffed and blended out, it looks a lot greener on my lid. But in all honesty, with these kinds of shades, when you're making them, this is just bound to happen. So for my last crease shadow, I'm going to be picking up this shade right here, and I'm going to be picking that up with a Sigma E25 brush. I'm literally doing the same thing with this shadow, placing it directly into the crease a bit lower, and then buffing and blending this out. Quickly going back into that first brush we used and just kind of really lightly buff out these edges. What I'm going to do now is take a little bit of concealer. I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the color Sand, and I'm just going to do a half cut crease. While my concealer is still wet, I'm actually going to be dipping into the Friendcation palette with Desi and Katie, and I'm actually going into this shade right here for my lid color, which is the shade A Moment. And picking up a little bit of that dark blue shade that we use and just kind of buff out this edge right here. And now going back into the James Charles palette, I'm picking up this light blue shade right here with my finger. And I'm just going to tap this right in the center of that lid. Now, because I am excessive and I always need a little bit of glitter in my life, I'm going to be going into this J.Cat Beauty glitter in the color Mistic Wave. I'm going to very sparsely apply this right on the lid color just to add a little bit dimension. Honestly, it's not going to make a world of a difference, but when the light hits your eyes, it's just going to sparkle a little bit more. For my waterline, I am not going into black. I'm actually going into this Benefit Their Real Push-Up Liner. This is in the color Blue. It doesn't really say this shade name, but it's blue. I'm going back into that dark blue shade in the James Charles palette. This is a Sigma E14 brush, and just stamping this on my lower lash line. And taking a Sigma E45 brush with that first blue shade that we use as our transition shade, I'm going to use that to blend out this edge. For my inner corner highlight, I'm actually going to be mixing this light blue shade as well as this one. Okay, eyes are pretty much almost done. I'm going to go off camera, do my wing liner and some lashes, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, finally I am back. I love the way that the eyes look. Honestly, I'm hoping the camera does it justice because it's literally so beautiful. So I'm going to move on to lips. Wait, let me tell you what lashes I used. I ended up going into my Lilly lashes. These are in the style Goddess. Honestly, this was the first time I put them on and I didn't have such a problem putting them on. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to stick to Goddess because these are the only styles I really like and they're easy to put on for me. Moving on to lips, I'm lining them first with my Wet n Wild gel lip liner in the color Don't Be a Prune. And then taking a little bit of Pale Baby, which is the same color pop lipstick in a different shade, and applying this right in the center. So this is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Shawty, shawty, shawty. I hear your body